All right.
This Crestwood Cadet Coach Conversation brought to you by Wilson Custom Tree Service. We're with head coach Justin Denner. Well, coach, last Friday night, 99 points put up on the board. Unfortunately, a few more on the Clear Lake side of things, but we have to start with your offense. 447 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns. You've talked about the improvement of your offensive line as the season has gone by. Putting up numbers like that probably had to make you pretty proud about those guys.
Yeah. I thought we handled kind of some of their fronts. They gave us a little bit of trouble here and there, but we were able to make some adjustments throughout the course of the game. I thought Cole Butekoffer and Jaden Tesla both ran really well, and kind of took advantage of some things, and our guys didn't quit. That's the one thing that's been consistent all throughout the course of the years. Our guys didn't quit, and a lot of those points kind of came in that fourth quarter, and which was, great to see in terms of the fact that we just kept playing hard. That was the most proud thing that I had for them.
And whenever you get to 2 100-yard rushers, you mentioned the two that had over 100 yards the other night. That's quite the accomplishment. Let's first start with Cole, your junior quarterback. 63 yards passing, 233 yards on the ground, and 4 touchdowns. What just made it click for him, especially in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, and we as a coaching staff took a hard look at some of the things that we were doing offensively, because we struggled the last couple of games. We had struggled with 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1s. And so we kind of made an adjustment with, a little bit, some, different personnel, kind of a new formation. And, the kids really bought into that and really enjoyed that when we were using that in kind of the short yardage situation stuff. And then a couple of times we got stuck kind of, deep in our own end. And so we kind of pulled that out too, to kind of help us get out of kind of harm's way a little bit. And, kind of just took, one breakaway, and Cole had a couple big runs in those situations, and that really helped out. And he really kind of read his blocks really well with that.
And Jaden Tesla, 168 yards on the ground last week, his final ever game in a cadet uniform at home. Statistically, that's a pretty good way to go out, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And he's been Mr. Consistent for us all district games and stuff like that. He's been putting up 100 yards each week for us, and we know that when we get the ball to him, good things are going to happen for us. And he was very consistent for us again, and that was great to see.
And of course, Clear Lake themselves, they put up a lot of points, 56 overall, and 493 yards of total offense. What were the biggest challenges that they caused you for your defense?
Their quarterback was insanely good. Threw the ball really well, and then was honestly just bigger and faster than some of our dudes. And he ran the ball really well for him. They had some kind of designed runs for him that took advantage of some mistakes on our part. And then there was just times where it just kind of turned into backyard football. And he ran away, broke a tackle or two, ran away from some guys, and was really tough to stop. And there would be times where we thought we'd have a stop there, and all of a sudden the next thing you know, he's running down the sideline, and you just kind of tip your cap to that type of stuff.
And of course, your record isn't what you want it right now, but you talked about your guys' ability just not to quit, and put up 24 points in that fourth quarter the other night. Just from a mentality standpoint, how have the guys been able to keep that positive energy going despite your record not being what you want it to be?
Yeah, we talk about, no matter what the situation is in terms of whatever we got going on, no matter if it's football or if it's life or whatever the case may be, that the biggest thing that you got to do is fight. And that was, we talked about that. We've been talking about that for a long time. And you just get up, you just fight, you get knocked down, you get back up again, you just keep fighting. And that was, kind of what we, said. And, as things kind of, didn't go the way we wanted it to go, I just kept preaching on the side, hey, just fight, just fight here for us, fight for what we got going on, just continue to battle. And the great thing is that, we saw some good things happen in that fourth quarter. And the kids kind of really, took it to heart that, hey, we keep fighting, things are going to continue to, or things will go well for us. It may not be in this game, it may not be in, what we got coming up in Friday night, but eventually things are going to go well for us in all aspects. And we just got to keep showing up and fighting.
And this week you traveled to Osage to close out the regular season. Of course, the Crestwood Osage rivalry, it's been that way in a lot of sports over the years. I know you've experienced it firsthand as a assistant wrestling coach. I'd imagine one of those situations you can kind of throw the records out when these two schools get together. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, and we've had some good run-ins with them in other sports these last couple of years. We played them a couple times in baseball. Wrestling. We met them in the semifinals last year, and year prior to that was the regional dual final and all that type of stuff. And we haven't played them since 2017, and that game was a 1-point game, 20-21. But yeah, I think both teams, they've got some really good positive momentum going for themselves. They've been playing really well lately. We're trying to figure out how we can put a full game together. But we're hoping to go over there and give ourselves a shot. We know we have an outside shot at still getting in. It's going to take some help, but the biggest step of help is for us to try and get a W on Friday night. And that's the only thing we can control. So we're going to try and go over there, give it our best, and hopefully come out with more points than they do.
All right. Hopefully you can do indeed that, Coach. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck, and hopefully you can close out the regular season with a W come Friday night.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Darren.
Justin Denner, head coach of the Crestwood Cadets.